Good afternoon, Kevin. How you doing? You well?
I'm very good, thank you. And you?
I'm blessed, my brother. Always, in always. We're
Oh,
here to talk about
good.
new music, sir. You've released
Yeah,
a couple of tracks already. Honey, Thousand Stars, the latest single. Tomorrow's out. It's all
yeah,
part of the debut album, right?
yes,
Keep Dreaming Wild. Yeah, it's out on
yeah,
August 25th. I know it's
yeah.
exciting times for you because it's been an eventful 10 years, right? We're going to get into all of that. But how do you feel the initial tracks that you've dropped have been released, have been kind of received by the audience?
Very well, and especially the fact that it's the it's my first album, and all those songs inside it, I wanted to really show who I am as an artist. So it's really rock and but still mixed with some other genres, and people loved it. So it's a good start.
I noted with Tomorrow that you said the song's about our home, the one we have in common, the one we
Yeah,
have, the one with no physical borders, Earth, right? So
exactly.
you touched on the musical presence of uh, what you've released so far and why you released it. You know, in terms of showcasing your musical ability, and we're going to get into that as well. But
Yeah,
um, that really resonated with me in terms of how you explained what motivated you to write that. Can you expand on
you're
that a
right.
bit for me?
Yeah, when I had my daughter just 2 years ago now, I was
Congrats,
looking
sir.
at her. Thank you. I was looking at her and I was thinking, what have I done for? I mean, I'm putting her. She didn't have to come here, but we have her, we love her, and what I've done for her to secure her future. What did we do for to secure her the future of all our children? And you see, this summer here in UK, it's almost like a winter, um, and it's gonna get worse, everything. And you know, as a citizen, we don't have much power to change big things like that. And I was thinking that if the power that I have is music, and so I can transmit the message to people that wants to receive it, yeah, and think about it.
You were born and raised in France.
Yeah,
I know you were influenced by artists like Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
yeah, yeah,
You came over to the UK in 2013. Things went
yeah.
a little bit left after that, which I want you to speak about. It didn't go as you envisaged or envisaged. I always
Yeah.
get stuck on that word. Didn't go how you expected it to go, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Speak about that. That 10-year block from 2013 until now, because you've done a lot. Been on The Voice in France. Been on, the X
Exactly,
Factor over
yeah.
here. Talk about that 10-year period and just the peaks and troughs.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a roller coaster of adventure. I just started to really be like dedicate my whole life to for music, so sacrifice a lot of things. And with the rock band that I had back in France, we decided to travel to the UK to experiment our music because it was rock. And we were like the home of rock is UK, so we decided to move there, and we didn't save enough money. We end up struggling a lot because everything is expensive in especially in London. So but the two we tried to fight, they we couldn't fight enough, and the opportunity didn't come, and so the drummer left the band. He came back home to France, and then after that was the bass player. So I was just there on my own, and I yeah, struggled, sleep on the street for a little bit, and then after that managed to play busking in Covent Garden. That was my area. And from there, I was busking. People say, "Oh, you sing well. Would you like to come and play to that pub?" And then I play to that pub. Would you like to play to this place and then this place? And then I started to get back to life, get money, enough money. Went back to France for a little bit because I was my sister got birth of my nephew, and then I came back and then said it's an this business is not finished yet. I know it's there. When I put the first time I put my foot on the soil of the UK, I was like, it feels right. It's gonna be hard, but it feels right. And yeah, I went through this year where I was every year I have kind of a synonym of years, and that year in 2017, I was like, I need to be seen by anyone, and I remember I went to this I thought it was an open mic, but it wasn't. It was a competition, and I arrived there. They were doing I came and then the host was saying, "Oh, it's not a open mic. It's a competition. You have to sign up and everything, so you can't do it." And they were doing the sound check at that time. So she was talking to the contestants, and I was like, "I have my guitar. I just jump on stage and sang." And everyone stopped, and and she was like, "Okay, you're part of the competition." So I ended up to win this competition. In the end, it was several stages, and then at that final, there someone was scouting someone for X Factor, and yeah, she came up to me, and then I said, "Oh," she told me, "Tomorrow is the last day of the audition. Would you like to do it?" I said, "If only I go there. If I don't need to do a long queue, I'm up for it." And then she said, "Come at that time in this place." And I went to this audition, and then the rest, yeah, I end up to the final of the UK X Factor. It was crazy. And since
Yeah,
then, yeah, it's been great.
that must have been a really mad experience for you, just ending up on
Yeah, it
the
was.
final of X Factor. Um, at that point, did you feel like it was beginning to happen for you, or were you just taking it one day at a time, one experience at a time?
Yeah, because at the beginning, uh, at the beginning, I met this producer who told me that musician equals struggler, and yeah, so I have this mindset. So I meet so many people, and they tell me, "Oh, you should." I know this person, and then I'm dreaming about, oh, I'm gonna get an opportunity, and then I always go down, and so every time now I have an opportunity, I just take it as it is, and enjoy the moment. And if something special come into it, yeah, it's a bonus, but otherwise, I'm just enjoying the ride. Yeah,
Describe your sound, Kevin. I know that you've really taken time to cultivate and refine it, so that
yeah,
you're comfortable with what you're putting out there. So talk about
yeah,
how do you describe your sound and what influences it? We touched on
yeah.
Jimi Hendrix and those guys, but who else and what else?
So my dad, he's a big fan of music, and every weekend he used to play music at home. And even if you're tired, you will be woke up by music. He will play this loud, and so he loves to listen to music in general. So we came to the African beat, the Cuban music, Latin, the French variety, the rock, the soul, every genre. As long as it's good music, he told me, as long as you like it, makes you feel good. That is music. That's how you have to listen to music. And so I have all this genre what I grew up with, and I have my passion is rock music. I love rock music. So I wanted to in this album to mix everything that I am and what means all of my roots. So come from Africa, the West Africa, and there's the France, the UK, the American because I've been influenced by Americans, and just so yeah, it's like rock, soul, funk, blues because I love Ray Charles. I love it's just good music that I love that I put into who I am now. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
that's
not
my
messing
story.
about. No, I get it. I see the passion comes through. I was gonna say you're not messing about with that guitar, are you?
No,
Um,
no.
yeah, you're not playing it. You're not playing about with it. I talk about just forming that relationship you have with the
Yeah,
guitar,
yeah.
because
My
I
dad
can
was playing.
Right. Okay. So so
My
are you emulating and copying dad, or are you just drawing on? How,
no, my dad was playing guitar, but like classical music, and it's when he put it Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix. I was like, wow, I want to play like that. And I started to yeah, I don't know how to read music or I don't know what I'm playing, but I can hear it. So I was listening to what Jimi Hendrix was playing, and it was Voodoo Child. That was my first song that I've learned, and I managed to get it. I was just looking at his finger. He used this big thumb to put it. It was playing in a different way that everybody else was playing actually, and so I learned in that way. And yeah, since then I was there every single day. It felt so good to actually master the instrument, and I just love it. I just love it. When I play with it, I feel like complete. Yeah,
Keep Dreaming Wild includes collaborations with Alan Glass, whose
yeah,
work spans, legendary artists, right?
yeah,
How did these collaborations enhance the album, Kevin? And did you learn from him when you were working together?
yeah. You always learn from experiences with people. It could be even the bad ones. You're still learning. So yeah, with him it was of fortunately it was great. He's got the experience. He go to the point, which something that I really like. He doesn't have any ego. So if um if I don't like something, I would say because there's nothing wrong to say no. And if he doesn't like something that about the song that we're creating together, he would say no. And that's where we were not losing time. We were going together to a point, and he's got the same kind of vibe, and he likes my vision of my music sound. So yeah, it was totally. I was grateful to have collaborate with him.
Sucking the Air, Roots,
Yeah,
and It Will Come. They showcase a different side of your musical prowess, right?
yeah, yes.
Can you elaborate on how each of these tracks contributes to the album's overreaching narrative? How does it connect?
So yeah, keep dreaming wild is most of the songs that I wrote in the past was in terms of relationship and believing in yourself and giving a little bit of push to people. Um, so in those songs, I remember I was playing in a bar in the backstage. There was this musician that he was traveling all around the world because his family was um, working in different countries all the time. So he was born in a certain part of the world, and when he came back after traveling everywhere, people were saying, "You not come from where you're born because you didn't stay long enough to belong to us. So you come from wherever you were." But he said, "No, this is who I am. I'm born here and I have a little bit of there, a little bit of here." And then in the end, I was like, oh, those kind of, I was telling him, I feel a little bit like that. And those kind of people just, they're just sucking the air. They're just using the air too much for saying things that we don't even need, or they don't have even impact in our life. So that's part of sucking the air. And this in this song it's more like Lenny Kravitz because I got a little bit of influence of Lenny Kravitz as well inside, and Kings of Leon and myself. Then Roots, that's the song that I'm so proud of because it took me years to actually finish the song. Um, I had this project to bring the African vibe into the rock, but singing with the soul. And that would complete who I am as an artist, and that would be who I am. And it was quite hard, but I managed to get it right. And at the beginning of the song, I sing in French to bring again my roots. And yeah, I'm very happy about this. And it will come. It will is This song is my soft side, and it's actually the only really soft song in the whole album. And I in this song it's reference of the blues, the folk, and all the good writers that I admired. Yeah,
So as you release this album, then are you do you feel a sense of completion? Because you seems like you've kind of demonstrated multiple facets of who you are on this
yeah,
project, both musically and personally. So do you
yeah,
feel like you are in a position now to kind of speak to the frustrated artists out there who they're undertaking their journey and they just can't seem to get over the finish line? What advice would you
yeah.
give those people in terms of how to keep going and maintain that persistence and
And
consistency?
yeah, it's just it's exactly what it will come and talks about. It's no worries if you believe in yourself and you put the hard work, because you will never gain something just like this. That's luck, and luck doesn't really exist most of the time. You have to earn it. Sometimes you have to make it happen. And yeah, it will come is telling everyone that follow their dreams, just keep focusing on what you have to improve. Don't lie to yourself, and that will make you not waste time and go further, and you will reach your destination. Just don't wait for it. Just enjoy the ride, because that's what we love is you started your dream because it makes you feel good. It's not the when you will arrive to the point you want to, it will you will think that, oh, that's it, but it's actually the ride that you have to enjoy more, because when you arrive to this point, you will see that it's never ending. You will always want to go a little bit further. So enjoy the ride. And if you don't really enjoy it, means it's not meant to be. You will find something else that you will enjoy.
It's not the destination, it's the journey. I love that. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Kevin. Before I go, because there's going to be some people who are like, where in France are you from? Where in Africa are your family from? Speak on that
Yeah.
for a bit.
Yeah. So my mom and dad, my dad is from Benin. It's like the west side of Africa, and my mom, she's from Guinea Conakry. So it's also the west side. They met in Ivory Coast, and then they moved to France, and that's where I'm born. I'm born in France, in Paris, and yeah, grew up a little bit there, then moved to UK for music. Yeah.
And away from music, what else are you interested in? Sport, fashion. You're from Paris. I'm
Um,
assuming
yeah.
passion. I'm assuming fashion's in there somewhere.
Yeah, fashion. Of course, I like to to dress well. But I would say I like technology. That's my second
Okay.
passion. I really like it. Yeah.
So in terms of technology, then what are you into? Just to give us some
Um,
perspective on it.
it's like a developer, so anything that's you develop a software or websites, or even I love all the technologies like new phones, what the latest has, or what's this chip does, all the technology we need for the future. I just love it, and I love astronomy. Sorry, that's the French word for me. I love all the stars and stuff. It's just everything in the universe is just amazing, mind blowing. Yeah.
And your music's a part of that, my brother. So keep doing
No,
what you're
thank
doing.
you.
And
Yeah.
is there where can people follow you if they wanna find out more about you and
Yeah.
just
It's
stay close to what you're doing?
it's KevinDavyWhite.com. If they want to, if they know how to write Kevin Davy White on Google, they will find everything. So Kevin Davy is Davy, and then white like the color. I don't know why people always, when I say Davy, they think there is a E-Y, but yeah, maybe it's the way you write this word. But no, it's Davy, Davy. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for
On
your time, Kevin.
Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Thank you.
Appreciate you. No worries, man. Best of luck moving forward. Thanks. Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you.